Hello. I had to restart the stream because I used that other net. I didn't want to behave, so I restarted. ASMR. 1 second. Hey Zelin. How's it going? So today, Study Monday, we're going to do something completely different. We're going to do motor vehicle study. Look at that. Random, right? But it's good for you. Hey Frenchie, how's it going? It's 44, right? It is 44. I didn't end up streaming over the weekend because I was working on my art book, and I didn't want to share publicly what is going to be in the art book. So, I mean, you know some of it, which is the dark fantasy stuff, but I started painting new ones that are not going to be posted until the book is out, which is next year sometime. Hey Cosmoverse, how's it going? Bruno Romanos. Shame on me? Oh. How dare you? How dare you? Anyways, we're going to be doing vehicle study. Something I don't think I would say haven't done a vehicle study in a very long time. So it's going to be good fun. So if you want the reference and do it yourself, apostrophe ref, you know, same old. I think it's a cool looking machine. Some cool proportions. Hey Captain Bowes, how's it going? This is the new era of hard surface. It is getting there, I would say, yes. My goal is, this is like my master plan, right? Nice one. Is I wanna release my art book next year. So up to that point, I'm gonna work on my dark fantasy things and scan and what's it called? Do all these things, right? But after that, I'm gonna go dark sci-fi. I'm gonna start doing some sci-fi designs where I play around with the world of science fiction and start conjuring up some cool sci-fi, because in my mind there isn't a lot of really interesting sci-fi comparatively to fantasy. There's a lot of, I would say there's a lot of generic sci-fi where it's just like hard surface masturbation rather than you know, actually valid you know, trying out something new in the world of science fiction. So I'm very eager to soonish. My proportions are way off. Interestingly, my weakness is public. Yeah, the Dune, definitely. I haven't seen a single episode of Love, Death, Robot. Is that is that bad of me? I guess it's bad of me. But yeah, like I was saying, uh, I'm really keen on designing some stuff for sci-fi. There's a lot of cool games I really admire that I'd love to kind of dip my toes into. Um, one of them being like the Halo universe and so on. And I think it would be really fun to start playing around with, like mature sci-fi, whatever that is. Um, I think in my mind there's a tendency for sci-fi to be like a bad TV show. How to explain it? A little bit plastic, I guess. Not not real world. So one thing I really enjoyed working on Alien Isolation was the Alien Isolation world, or Alien rather. It's such a realistic space, right? The sensation of Sevastopol, right? That's what I think they're called, the spaceship in the game. And Nostromo, right, in the movies. It's such a cool, tangible space, and everything feels like it would feel more or less if we would build a spaceship. Hey, Miguel. By the way, Miguel, Spiridon has sent you an email. You need to answer. Check your email. Cosmoverse. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's great. And also, if you know any of the runner-ups, fourth and fifth place of the winners at Unreal Bjorn 2. Is it winners or winner? No, it's winner. So that being, let's see here, Hero, Morphia, Hero Morphia. If anyone have any contact with them, poke them, make them contact me. Or in that return, they're gonna be contacted by, or for Spiridon. Spiridon wants to get a hold of them. But yeah, Miguel, Simon Dwyer also needs, if anyone is in contact with Simon, he also tried to, Spiridon has tried to contact Simon. Miguel, you have no email from him? Are you sure? spam, because he did send and he's not getting any response. I've effed up the proportions completely. It was fun though, drawing machinery. As you can see, I'm not an industrial designer. My everyday business is not drawing machinery. Miguel, alright, yes, please do that. Hey, Blind Coyote, how's it going? I think doing stuff like this is really good fun. I'm not gonna try to decipher what that machinery is. I'm just gonna draw a line down there. But yeah, doing things like this is really good fun. It's a good change of pace, keeps you on your toes, makes you observe things in a completely different way. You have to map out the proportions differently. You can't be too soft in how you draw the lines. I'm gonna just kind of make up some stuff here. Hey, Eternal Lady. How's it going? How are you? Hey, Weeping. Jay, how's it going? Eyes die. And Eternal. Calm down. It's not the end of the world. I can't see everything, you know? Even if I miss someone at some point, it's not like I'm secretly thinking, F that person, I'm gonna ignore. There's always a natural explanation to things. I have to. Truer words from a mad person has never been spoken before. I'm special. I'm special snowflake. Notice me. Frenchie. Eternal lady. A special snowflake. Not the whatever. What's that? Is that political statement, right? Snowflake. It's more of. In this instance, it was more of, you know, each snowflake is special. There's no such thing as the next one. They're all different. No, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to make my art book finally. Like I said, I think on Friday. It's about time. Hopefully, it'll sell well at some point. Regardless if it sells or not, it's going to be fun to have it. To have a compilation of a lot of sci-fi, fantasy stuff, and I want after that, I want to kind of shelf fantasy art and start playing around with sci-fi. I miss it. I've always been a fan of sci-fi. I always love sci-fi movies, games and stuff. And I want to design some sci-fi things and play around with industrial design and all these different layer of narratives that you can use that you can't use in sci-fi. Fantasy. In fantasy, you can't use. You know, you can't really have jetpacks or laser guns. So. Hey, Gria. Insane number 19. And why wasn't... Oh yeah, I don't have headphones on. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that support. Truly appreciate it. If everyone is different, no one is different? True, really. Then everyone is the same because everyone is different. Eternal Lady. Well, thank you. Hopefully the Kickstarter will go fine. Hopefully people will be interested in it. And that's why I also don't kind of want to show too much about the extra stuff, just so that people will be interested in it, so, you know, so they haven't eaten the cake already. So I've been scanning. I think I have 7 sketchbooks left, approximately, to scan. Not every single page of the sketchbook, but there's a lot of things scanned already, and it's starting to look really interesting when you like my idea is to cut out sketches from the sketch pages, so it's not a singular sketch page from my sketchbook, but it's like this character from that page, this character from this page, and then putting them together. Have I been abducted by aliens? Do you mean because I love sci-fi, or because I want to start doing sci-fi stuff? Ice dye. A little bit dark maybe, but it's a good idea. Well, at least I'm not dying of AIDS. How's your Monday? I mean, I could be in a gold mine in Zimbabwe or whatever, you know. I was stuck in traffic. At least it's that. Miguel, if I have any advice on streaming, it's hard to say really what I should advise on doing. What I've been trying to do, I mean, obviously, what I've done is that I didn't hold the stream back until, you know, I felt it was ready to be launched. I just said, F it, I'm gonna start streaming and I'll figure it out. Like season 1 was no graphics, you know, it was just me. I don't think even half season 1 was no mic. It was just me drawing, right? And then I kind of figured out some fun stuff to add and things like that. So one recommendation, I guess, would be don't worry too much about like the setup. The setup can come with time. The biggest difference would be if you want to grow viewers, as far as I understand, regularity is important. Gria, yeah, I'm gonna do my art book finally, my dark fantasy art book, a collection of my dark fantasy paintings intermingled with scanned fantasy monsters and characters and stuff from my sketchbooks. So in the end, it's going to be like a sci-fi. Now, why do I keep saying sci-fi? Fantasy art book with lots of sketches and paintings. And yeah, so that's the idea. Next year, it probably will be released next year, and I will be doing it in collaboration with Spiridon and Firestarter. So it's gonna be cool. We already talked about it. We already discussed it, like beginning of previous year. But I got very busy. He got very busy, and all that. But yeah, but it's coming. Captain Bows and Griet. Cheers. Frencher, yeah. That's one of the reasons why I want to start playing around with sci-fi. There's a lot of really interesting things on the horizon, but none of it is really unique. Well, Death Stranding is definitely unique, don't get me wrong, but a lot of sci-fi tends to be generic. So I want to start playing around with the topic of sci-fi and see where that leads me. But yeah, Miguel, so consistency in streaming hours is probably very important if you want to build a community. If you just want to randomly stream, that's fine too. I mean, you're not going to have a massive impact of difference in the beginning in that sense. Even when you have a schedule, you're going to struggle with traffic because no one knows really that you're streaming unless you build up the traffic beforehand, before you start streaming. So you remind people, oh, I'm going to be streaming on this day. You know, I'm going to be painting this. Join in. Here's the link, and you kind of social media spam and build up, you know, the release, if you may. And another thing is at the beginning, you know, you can't have subscribers and donos and things. You need a specific amount of viewers before they unlock things like that. But UI and all these things, or you know, graphics on the stream is always pretty good to have. Microphone is useful. Try to have some interesting things to say before the stream, like do some mental gymnastics beforehand, so you kind of know if you get a low point in the stream, at least you can have something to talk about or engage with people or include people. Maybe you can ask them to call on or Discord or whatever, anything to make it an interesting experience rather than you know, try to give something to the stream. Boob cam for sure. I mean, I don't have an expensive mic. I have a thing here. I don't think my sound is too bad. But yeah, if you're gonna have a microphone, at least spend some time setting the sound up. You know. Eternal 80. Customers, yeah, beard ASMR, yeah, for sure. Chest hair ASMR. Yeah, I think like a camera showing yourself is I think it's important, but not vital. I think the difference with the camera and not the camera is what you use it for. I mean, a lot of like these cheap, not cheap, but headsets have a pretty. Some microphones are pretty good. It's all down to just audio quality rather than expensive like studio mic. I find that studio mics, in terms of sending it over a broadcast like this, is arbitrary. I mean, I think they'll put down a lot of money, like $500 on a microphone that doesn't really improve the sound that dramatically. For, you know, they funnel the microphones through their onboard sound card, and it doesn't matter. Fine if you have like a EQ and designated sound card, you know, you max out the quality, yeah, then it matters. Then you can actually hear the difference, right? But a lot of people, they buy this really expensive like studio mic, and then they just plug it in the front socket of the computer on this cheap card that just funnels it through the motherboard, and then it's pointless. So I've tried different kind of microphones. Currently, I use a Marshall headphones microphone, which I found out to be pretty decent. Gria, yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, they don't do that. They buy it because they think because you're a Twitch streamer, you need that expensive microphone, and you can hear the sound that they send out on their stream. Is like, what's the point? Like, I get the same quality with you know, built-in microphone in the cable. Miguel, oh well, cheers. I mean, I do have a few things I run it through, but they're not. 1 second, I can try to find it. I have like 3 filters: a noise gate, noise suppression, and gain on my microphone. But that's it. And that's just to kind of clean up the audio a little bit. I could fiddle with it more. I could spend a lot more time like making it just right. But I try to listen back on my episodes, and I mean, I'm no audiophile, so I don't really care that much about the quality. For me, it's like, oh, it's good enough. And I'm quite sure that some expert could tell me like, oh yeah, do this, add this filter, make this pass on the audio, you know, whatever, and you could make it fractionally better. But in the end, it's decent, I think. And my webcam is a cheap Logitech I bought years and years ago. It's like HD, but it's not really HD. But I doubt someone cares that it is grainy. You can see in the background, you know, you can see the halo around my hand and things. Does anyone really care? I doubt it. I doubt no one has joined my stream and gone like, hey, Mr. Streamer, there's too many artifacts on your webcam. You should invest in a more expensive one. They're more likely to go, oof, so happy that there's so low resolution on this dude's face. I would need to ban myself because probably. Oh. Hey Amir, how's it going? One Amir Levy. Yeah, camera. I mean, it's fun to see me, right? Like you get an interaction, is rather than just a voice behind it. Especially if you're gonna be seeing it over a longer period of time, or if you're gonna be returning to the stream, or if you want to have a conversation. Most of the times, it's nice to see who you're having a conversation with. It depends on also what you want to do, right? Because my stream is just half an hour and it's a little bit of like high intensity. This is gonna sound like I'm full of myself, but high intensity entertainment compared to other streams where it's very laid back and the person talking is like half falling asleep, and things like that, right? And then maybe webcam doesn't really matter because they're just gonna be staring at a blank screen or a blank face, without trying to interact. So that's that. I'm good, Amir. I'm good. Put some water on that self burn. Eternal lady. Oh. Cheers. Miguel. Yeah, but it depends on how you do your stream, right? Like these boob streamers, they need a good camera because they want to have HD skin texture on their chesticles, and then it makes a difference. I mean, true, true. Again, I'm kind of shitting on those boob streamers, but whatever makes them happy, I'm good. It's really not. I don't have anything against those people streaming. If they want to do that and people want to pay them for that, that's great. Good on you. But yeah, it's interesting, frustrating at times. It is what it is, right? No, but Miguel, you let me know when you start streaming. I'll help out with whatever I can in terms of driving traffic to your channel. He's like, One Amir, yeah, absolutely. That's how it is, right? Who am I to tell, to say what they can and can't do? Anyways, that's it. Some fun vehicle design today. I think it's a good practice. I messed up a lot of things. A lot of perspective is wrong. The wheels are horrific. I didn't have time to make perfect circles. Anyways, that half an hour flew by. I do recommend you try this study today. It's really good and really fun, and some people have really an affinity for these things and this kind of industrial designer shorthand. Me myself, I'm too dirty. I would be the nightmare of an industrial design teacher because I don't have that kind of super clean, super you know, industrial designy stuff, but nevertheless, it works, right? It's fun. So let's find someone to raid, and I'll pass the torch to those. Max is online. He's doing some Halloween stuff, I think. All right. Let's raid Max. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Good night if you're in that part of the world. See you tomorrow for your topic. It's gonna be fun. All right. Outro and then raid. Thanks for the support, Gria, by the way. Much appreciated. All right. Outro time.